This Saturday, February the 3rd, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, will conduct by-elections and, of course, rerun elections across the country. Now, hopefully, these elections will close the curtains on Nigeria's 2023 general elections. Babajide Ogunsanya, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's Data Analyst, is indeed here to share some insights going into the polls. Babajide, glad to have you on again on the News at 10.
It's always a pleasure to be with you here today.
All right, so this Saturday is another day at the polls. What is the outlook, Babajide? I mean, tell us, what are the trends or key statistics to look out for in these elections?
Speaking of key statistics, three numbers that you probably want to, and everyone wants to write down. 3, 6, 39. I repeat, 3, 6, 39. That's what these elections are all about. These by-elections and rerun elections. I'll explain what 3, 6, 39 means. Since the general elections, 3 persons that won have died. They've passed away. And so elections will be happening to replace those 3 seats. 6 persons.
You probably want to mention those states?
We'll
get to that.
We'll definitely go into that. But just follow these thoughts. 3 persons passed away. 6 persons have had their seats vacant because they've resigned and they've got other appointments from the president. Again, that big number, 6. And then we have 39. 39 persons have gone to courts, and the courts have said there should be a rerun election. And so those first 2 numbers, 3, 6, they stand for what we classify as by-elections. And then that number 39, where persons went to court and the court ordered rerun elections, is what will be happening. So 39 re-elections, 3 elections for persons that have passed away, 6 elections for those that have resigned and gotten other appointments. So I'd like us to start the analysis by taking a look at what you had asked. Where are those places that persons have passed away? First is 1 seat, House of Assembly seat in Chikun local government in Kaduna State. In Kaduna State, totally, we have 34 assembly seats there. So 1 is vacant. We also have in Borno, we have 28 assembly seats in Borno. 1 is vacant in Chibok. The House of Assembly member in Chibok passed away. And then in Taraba State, we have a House of Representative member that won, PDP member that passed away. So that election in Taraba State will be happening in Taraba North, was won by PDP. The other representative from Taraba State in Taraba North, PDP. The governor, PDP. So if you were a betting man, if you look at the statistics, it gives you, perhaps looking at the history, what might happen in Taraba, what might happen in Borno, especially looking at it that there's only 1 House of Assembly seat vacant in Borno, and only 1 House of Assembly seat vacant in Kaduna. So that wraps up what is exactly the outlook for those 3 seats where persons have passed because of natural cases. Then clearly we have those 6 locations where appointments have made those seats vacant. 1 in Kebbi, 1 in Benue, 1 in Yobe, 1 in Lagos State, 1 in Ondo State, and 1 in Ebonyi State. So that's pretty much what we mean by by-elections. 3 persons have passed, and those 6 places I've mentioned where the seats are vacant because of appointments.
All right, interesting. So will the rerun elections, change the political map or balance of power in any way from what we're about to witness?
It is unlikely, but what we know is the struggle for power is getting more intense. INEC has told us that we'll be having rerun elections in 39 places. But I remember 4 years ago when persons went to court and the court ordered rerun elections. Then there were only 30 rerun elections 4 years ago. So we've moved from 30 rerun elections 4 years ago where the courts had ordered for re-election to now almost 39 rerun elections. However, what we are looking at is, if we take a look at the numbers, most of these court cases that were won were at the state houses of assembly. Here's what I mean. Yes, we have 39. 1, 13, 25 altogether gives you 39. One of those rerun elections that the court ordered will be happening at the Senate. Plateau State, Plateau North will be having a rerun election because the court has ordered it. House of Reps, 13 House of Rep members won their court cases. 8 of them, Northern Nigeria, 5 in Southern Nigeria. So for the House of Representative members, yes, we're having 13 rerun elections, but majority of those reruns are happening in Northern Nigeria. And then for the House of Assembly seats where most of those rerun elections are happening, 25. Again, similar to the House of Representatives scenario where majority is happening in the North. Across these 25 State House of Assembly seats, 17 are happening in Northern Nigeria. So the insight here is, yes, we're having a rerun. Yes, looking at 4 years ago, most of this, we're seeing more struggle for power. We're having more reruns than we did 4 years ago. But the insight here is most of the monies that will be spent to organize the rerun will be spent to organize elections across Northern Nigeria because, like the information you have in front of you, that Senate rerun is happening in Plateau State. Majority of the House of Representatives seats rerun happening in Northern Nigeria. A significant majority of the House of Assembly seats out of the 25 House of Assembly seats rerun, 17 are happening in Northern Nigeria. So it lets us know that Northern Nigeria is likely going to be where the attention will be and where the pressure will be on Saturday.
Interesting. So how prepared really are the security agencies, for this election? Because we'll definitely have issues of security coming up every now and again.
Security is a big one. I remember one thing my grandfather used to tell me. He will say, the only person more dangerous than a man that has a plan is the man that has a plan B. And if you listen to the meeting the service chiefs had yesterday and you listen to what the Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa, yes, that's his name, said. He said the security agencies have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. So that's big and that's good news. And unlike previous elections, the output from their deliberation was that they've chosen to actually look at the analytics and look at the numbers from INEC. And so they've talked about what their plan A will be, even though they didn't make their plan B and plan C public. And if you take a look at exactly what their plan A is, looking at their use of analytics, the information we're getting is that most of the security agencies are looking at the areas where persons have collected their PVCs, and the information clearly shows that the North Central is where the action will be happening. Across all the zones where elections will be happening, 1.8 million persons have picked up their PVCs. However, 1.1 million of those are in the North Central. So what they're saying is the North Central is priority, followed by the Northwest, where we have more than 400,000 persons with PVCs voters who will be coming out for this election. So it's good news to know that analytics is now playing a role in security planning. But perhaps the most important thing that we should end with tonight is INEC has talked about conducting 2 elections, by-elections and rerun elections. But Ayotunde, on Saturday, we'll be having 3 elections. INEC will be conducting 1 by-election. INEC will be conducting another rerun election. However, the citizens have said they will be conducting an election for INEC called a trustworthiness election. So when the results come out this Saturday, we'll be looking to get 3 types of results. First is how good were the rerun elections, how good were the by-elections, and how good did INEC do with these elections, with the people are conducting for it, trustworthiness. And so it'll be interesting to see, especially that 3rd result, INEC's trustworthiness score.
Well, definitely that was what it means. All eyes, perhaps, on INEC this time around.
Oh, yes, 3 elections happening, not 2. 3 elections.
Thank you so much, PoliticsToday, for your thoughts on the news at 10.
The pleasure is all mine.